Okay, guys. Realized I needed to come on here and make a video about something I just heard on my news flash. My phone just did a little news flash and it said Illinois, the state of Illinois, just dropped the mask mandate for the state. Okay, so mask mandate, no one in this state needs to wear a mask anymore. Obviously they did their research and they realized that, okay, infections are a lot lower and hospitalizations are lower, this, that, and the other. They decided for the state to no longer have a mask mandate. Good for Illinois. And along with that briefing comes the fact that apparently Chicago, I believe that's the capital of Illinois, decided that it was going to keep the mask mandate for their city. Okay, so this totally proves the point that I've been trying to make for a while, or that I've known. Maybe I haven't been harping at the bit trying to make this point, but the fact that we human beings are programmable like a computer. We are exposed to something enough times and we become that. We do that. It's like you just recorded a message and you're playing it back. And so what happened last year? We had a lot of recording of be afraid, be afraid. Germs can kill you, which is only true if you're unhealthy, but germs can kill you. This germ could kill you, and you must wear a mask or else you're putting your own life and others at risk, right? And so the fact that Illinois, enough people decided unanimously, or at least altogether, that for an entire state, we are going to let down this mandate, okay? Give people a breather, literally a breather, from having to wear a mask everywhere. So this idea that we are literally programmed, that we've been programmed for a year to be afraid of germs and think that if we don't have a mask on, we are somehow unsafe, right? People are going to be afraid to take off that mask. And to me, it's egregious. It's like, whether they knew it or not, they literally programmed humanity to be afraid of germs possibly forever. So here you have a bunch of people who are still afraid, and now everybody in Illinois is going to be walking around without a mask. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess, but there will be people that are still afraid and feeling unsafe without the mask because of a year of programming that we need to be afraid. That is really hard to undo. And that is why Chicago and the officials of Chicago, the state within Illinois, that literally, like I said, released their mandate for the whole state. Chicago is still afraid. There are enough people that are officials of that city that obviously voted that they were going to keep the mask mandate. For whatever reason, they think they have the right data that says that masks still are important, even though the numbers are down. Maybe Chicago, the numbers are a little higher. Maybe they're having an outbreak. Who knows? But the reality of it is that germs, just like guns don't kill people, people kill people. You need to pull the trigger to actually make a gun dangerous, the same thing is with germs. Germs don't kill people. People's poor health kills people. Period. The germ is just a trigger. Between here, when you're infected by a germ, pathogen, virus, whatever, bacteria that could otherwise kill you or surely make you deathly ill, between here and symptoms is your immune system. If it's shitty and you're feeding your immune system fighters with Church's chicken, burgers with no vegetables, you get where I'm going with this. If you feed your fighters the supply line for the immune system, right? If you feed your immune killers with shit and you give them sticks to go to a gunfight with, they're going to lose. They are going to lose that battle often. Or if they don't lose, it's going to take a long ass time for them to recover, for them to fight off the illness. And what that represents in the human body is we're sick for longer, or we're sick more often. So this whole happening with Chicago, I hope like hell it doesn't become like, oh well, Chicago did it, so Los Angeles is gonna keep the mask mandate or whatever for indoors, or keep it going even if the state says you don't need to, due to programming, literal programming of the human mind. From day in, day out, watching TV, saying we are to be afraid, we need to be afraid, we need to be afraid. Wear your mask or else you're susceptible to something that could kill you. No, you're susceptible to a trigger that could kill you if between here when you're infected, no matter what the load, if the viral load is little or a lot between here and symptomatic, when you start expressing symptoms, if your immune system doesn't do its job, if its fighters aren't fueled by good nutrition, enough hydration, exercise, whatever it is to keep them strong, if that doesn't happen, of course we're gonna get ill. The germ doesn't kill people. People's poor health kills people. When are we gonna get this? When are we going to get this? I mean, how many decades until we really put two and two together? Oh yeah, I was stressed out like crazy this last week or whatever, studying for my final. Oh yeah, maybe that's why I got sick. Hello? Your damn stomach was churning because of the stress from taking the test, your final or whatever. You don't think that's a psychosomatic, physiological happening where your mind affects your body? Hello? I mean that's an acute happening. But look, draw that out over decades. Imagine if you're studying for a test, you're having to take a test every single day of your life, right? How is that going to affect your digestive system? It's going to mess shit up. It's going to mess you up. And if we don't make a choice, a mental choice, psychosomatic, right? How the mind affects the body, right? If we don't make a choice to get away from that stress and just make better choices, whether it be through better nutrition, whatever. Like I walk, right, more often, for a little bit longer, whatever. All that stuff, psychosomatic, right? I don't know. So when are we gonna get that our actions and the choices we make affect the outcome of illness in our body? state of health in our body, right? We're either homeostasis, body's feeling good, or, you know, we're treating the body well, like temple, or we're literally not thinking anything, that there's any connection there, and we can eat whatever we want, we can do whatever we want, we can sit on our ass every day, we can eat like shit every single day of our lives, and get deathly ill in our mid-40s, 50s, whatever, cancer, heart disease, all of this shit, and still think, oh, has nothing to do with my lifestyle. Are you kidding me? What message in the world would tell you that doing that wouldn't, having that lifestyle, wouldn't lead to your body failing you, saying, help me, change, please, change. Anyway, hopefully this has landed with someone that needed to hear it, because I think it's time. It really is time for us to wake up to this fact that what we do in so many ways affects our health in a positive or negative way. You know, I think when we wake up to that and we don't take it on as such a burden, and we start like enjoying it, when we substitute something not so good for something a little better, when we start enjoying that process of just healthier substitutions, I think people will start stress less about the fact that they have that much control over their health, and start it becoming more effortless. And I think the day that becomes like effortless, kind of like me, I mean, I've been vegetarian for probably 5 or so more years, 5 or so, yeah, 5 maybe more than that. I don't know, I haven't been tracking. I've been vegetarian, borderline vegan for quite a while now, and at first it was kind of a struggle. I stressed a little bit about what was the right thing to eat, because I didn't know for sure. But guess what? With anything that we learn to do, we get better at it. We simply get better, right? And when we get better at playing the piano, or, you know, playing the guitar, or whatever it might be, it becomes effortless. And so my goal, my hope for all of you is that at some point, something that is important and essential to life and well-being may initially be a little stressful because you're not quite sure, but you're slowly, you know, like I say, substituting one less healthy thing for something more healthy that you know is healthier, and it's not that big of not that difficult of a change. You just do it, and eventually it becomes effortless, just like that person who was a little rough around the edges playing the piano, but at some point they can play any song on the piano. You know, they hear something, oh, I can just play that on the piano, or whatever. So you get where I'm going with this. It becomes effortless. And that's my hope for all of you, is that better health, improving your health, becomes literally effortless. So I love you all. Hope you have a great rest of the week. I'll try to be doing more videos like this in the future. And yeah, just hope that there are enough rational, intelligent, heart wide open people in this world to check states like Chicago for going against, like I said, logic, reason, data, and try to get us back to some semblance of normal. Because I really think that this is a time in history, the history of humanity, history of the world, where we're on a fence. We're either going to go on one side, where we're going to be afraid of germs, and humanity is going to be trying to put itself in a bubble and sterile and we're just never gonna have human connection like we had in the past. Just things that we took for granted, might have taken for granted before, aren't even gonna be available to us again if we don't, you know, pull our heads out of the sand just for a little bit. Just enough to see and look around and be like, oh, maybe I am being lied to. Maybe that's possible. Maybe I should do a little research on my own and see if this idea of health is, see if there's something maybe more for me to learn here. You know, maybe I haven't been told everything. You know, we didn't learn health in school from a young age. I wonder why that is. I'm just saying, like, if our society wanted us to be healthy, you would have thought that they would have made learning about health and how to be healthy and stay healthy one of the mandated courses. Not an optional, just we learn about health. Learn how to teach each other about health, and we're not afraid to have that conversation with others about health, you know? Anyway, again, I love you guys. Till the next one. Peace.